this half of the page and also this guy. I think this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool because it's telling a story right away, and it's nice. It's friendly. It's easy access. It's compact. It's
So my name is Deepak. I'm from India.
okay.
I'm studying in IED in Italy.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
It's my final year right now. I'm doing thesis with Dallara and Ferrari.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and
So,
I
mhm,
I intend with this portfolio. I intend to have internship.
yeah. So you
So
had an
that's my
internship?
no. I have
You
not
want
had
to?
any experience yet. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Have you applied to design studios yet?
I had an interview last week with Suzuki, and
Suzuki. Nice.
yeah, they said that the HR will contact us.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, okay. Nice. So where do you want to work, ideally?
uh, currently, I would love to work in any place where there's Geely.
Geely?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are the design studio for like the main parent company for Volvo, Lotus.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
I'm trying to get there, but
Nice.
currently, like wherever I get in, I just want to get in.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So this is your final year then. What is your thesis project? This one?
No, my thesis is currently under the works. Like I graduate in June, so it's still like I have my
Okay. Still
sketches and
going.
all.
Still going. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So you haven't done any internship, right? Yet?
No, not yet.
No. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So portfolio, I don't know. Maybe it's a style, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. But you should put something in your, as I said, is your business card. You should put something more artistic. And what I mean with this is a little bit more abstract, maybe not the whole card in there, right? But that's just my perception. As I said, there should be many different styles of present yourself, present your portfolio, or maybe you can talk with other professionals in you are in Italy right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in
When
Italy.
in Italy, yeah, you can talk with any more professionals in Italy and ask them about what they think about showing just a sketch at the beginning or things like that, right? So, but yeah, but if I if I were you, I don't think I put a sketch at just at the beginning, right? I would put something more abstract, I would say, because if you think about it, you're kind of like teasing them at the beginning, right? It's not like you have to show, hey, here's what I do, like right away, right? So, but that's just my opinion, right? So it's just different styles to do this, okay? But I at least I would say you have just one sketch and it's like okay, straight to the point, right? There's no like weird half and half composition, so it's a sketch, right? So, mm, okay, so maybe I mean this is kind of cool. It's I think it's a cool style how to present it. It almost look like you have a computer science background or something like that. It looks to me, right? For some
That
reason, right?
that was the goal to have like the old nostalgic feeling of the old PC.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I can tell. I mean, there's this. It's a cool style, right? What I would say is maybe you can make the description a little bit bigger, right? Because maybe the sometimes the text is too small that sometimes they don't waste time like reading that, right? So just try to make it just slightly bigger. It's not too much, but I think it's a cool style. It's a cool way to show something. So table of contents. I mean, that's good. Personally, maybe this blue is too bright, right? It's
Uh-huh.
just too much that you maybe decide you can desaturate the whole thing, right? Because it can look almost too distracting, right? What I see first here is the colors, And then after that, I see the numbers. And then after that, I see the design gallery. But it took me a while to see the logos. It took me a while because it's like it's what you see here first is just the bright blue color. Like, whoa, that's it. So yeah, this is more like a teaser. I think it still looks good. So as I said, maybe you can play around with the saturation, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you saturate just one point.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, just you have a lot of saturation in the focal point, and maybe as you move to the sides, it can be a little bit more desaturated.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole square doesn't look like too bright, right? So yeah, I'm not a fan of having bunch of side views in here, to be honest,
Okay.
because I think when you're showing a design process, it's almost like you are showing how are you taking decisions when you're designing. And this sometimes it looks like a wall from a student, right? That you put this on the wall and the teacher or the instructor is going to begin to say, oh yeah, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. But when you're showing your portfolio, you're supposed to show what you've done, your process. Like, hey, this is what I decide, right? That's why I'm not a fan of having a lot of side views in one slide because it's like, what am I looking at, right? Because
Yeah.
you need to create a path, right? A visual path where the designers and everyone is gonna go and say, okay, this is what I'm looking first, and then this one, and then this one. And as I said, you show the progression. But this, it looks like too static. It's just too much, too static, right?
Mhm.
Where you have the progress, I kind of see a little bit of hierarchy where the sizes are gonna vary. But remember that you need to show the hierarchy not just in size, but in development and in value, right?
Mhm.
So what I mean with this is probably this guy, it's okay. It can be just a sketch. And then
Mhm.
this guy maybe has just a breakup material, so you have a little bit of value. And then
Mhm.
this guy maybe has a little bit more value with a little bit more sketch. And maybe this guy, the focal point is very tight on sketch, super tight. So, and then you have a curve, as I said, a curve that
Yeah.
it goes from simple to more sophisticated and to more like finished, right? And you need to show that curve in all slides, right? That things go up, go up, go up.
Yeah.
So each slide shows something like beginning, end, right? And here I don't see beginning, end. Here I just
Mhm.
see now. I just see like static, just like, okay, almost like you're showing this and you're telling them, okay, choose. I was like,
Mhm.
you're supposed to show me how you work. And you're
Yeah.
just like showing me your sketches for me to choose, right?
Mhm.
So just show a little bit more of hierarchy, right? Um, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, and feel free to jump in if you have any comments or something. So yeah, this one shows a little bit more hierarchy, right? Why? Because you kind of start from the beginning, which is just couple sketches with a little bit of value, and then you kind of show, okay, the inspiration. I think the inspiration should be here, right? Where the
Yeah.
final is. That should
Mhm.
be the inspiration. But you see here, I can see more progress, right? My
Mhm.
my my eyes go nicely to the big one, right? To the big car, right? Nicely, it goes like that, right? It's like okay, and it's easy to read, right? I saw this page. Oops, I saw this page, and it's just like, what am I looking at, right?
Yeah.
And I saw this guy. Okay, now he's telling me something, right? I get the idea easy. It's like, oh, okay, it's a compact car. You're inspired by the butterfly, and then you're gonna have a swing door, or or the door is gonna pivot or something. But I can see it, right? And I can see a clear theme, progression, uh, big windows. The windows are part of the surface, so I can see that, right? So cool. All right. So let's go to this. Oops. What am I doing? Right. Cool. So Coca-Cola. All right. So what is this project about? Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah, the project was about having a like a K car for cities.
Mm-hmm.
But my thinking was to, like, in major cities in Europe, you cannot
Mm-hmm.
take trucks to, because there's no space for trucks to go around. They are too
Yep.
cramped. In Milan or Paris, you cannot take trucks. So my
Oh,
plan
I
was
see.
to have a last mile delivery solution, but as a
Okay.
personal car as well.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
this project started with the interior, where as you can see in the mood board, I had like an idea to have like a compressible dashboard,
Yeah.
to have like movable space, and it's like a DIY. You can remove the seats and use that space, have like attachments.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Then there's like a storyboard for the scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That storyboard, you can put it like big in just one slide
Yeah.
because this is almost like too much information to digest in one page, right? So storyboard can be, for example, like this,
Yeah.
one slide, right? And then you have the frames in here, right? For one slide. And then in the next slide, you put a little bit of these sketches. As I said, it's the point that we touched before, but you have so many like static. It's
Yeah.
almost like I don't know what I'm looking at.
Uh-huh.
So you put a little bit of that sketches in certain progression, and you put front three quarter, rear three quarter, and side view, or these three views, put it in one slide, right?
Okay.
So it's gonna be sketches plus these three views in one slide, and
Okay.
then the storyboard, another
In one.
slide, right? And then if you go back, this you have persona, buyer, and then you have the mood boards, and then like you have, I think this could be two slides, right?
Okay.
Where you have maybe the persona and the mood board in one, and then you have this progression of the interior in another page
Yeah.
with maybe small inspirations on the corner, but small ones, right?
Yeah.
But the
Omar,
message should be like straight. What's going on? Who's this?
sorry to interrupt. It's me,
No, it's
Arturo.
okay. It's
I
okay.
just
Just
wanted to know your take on the persona. Like, what's your opinion of actually showing the persona? Like, I know it's important to get like the segment and the purpose
yeah, yeah,
of the
yeah.
vehicle. But,
Yeah.
what's your opinion on that?
No, the persona is, I think, is important because you need to think about the user. You need to think about who is going to buy and use your car, right? And I mean, it's a great exercise because in reality, companies have their market research, right? And they're gonna come up with statistics, and they're gonna come up with trends, and they're gonna come up with different type of users, and you need to. I mean, it's not too much of your job. It's almost like you're gonna kind of like design around the you're gonna design aesthetics around the brief, right? Because in the brief they're gonna tell you what kind of user, what kind of trends, they're gonna describe what they need, and then you're gonna design based on that. But in reality, I think it's nice just to have an idea of what is the persona, right? And what is the things that they enjoy doing, what is their salary. Yeah, because with that you can have a brief of the person that is going to buy the car, right? So for example, you're not gonna design if you say like medium medium class person, right? Living in India, for example, right? You're not gonna design a Bugatti, right? Bugatti Chiron, and it's gonna cost $2 million, right? Because it just doesn't make sense. Because it's not gonna be a business, right? Or even a medium class in the United States, medium class everywhere. You're not gonna design a Bugatti Chiron $2 million, $3 million, $4 million for that type of buyer, right? So everything has to make sense. So that's why having a persona, it kind of gives you an idea of the thing that you are designing, right? How cheap, how expensive it's gonna be. And for example, you can describe the persona as that persona is a gamer, right? And gamers use these old neon lights in the rooms, right? And well, that feeling you can capture it in the interior, right? And now it makes sense, right? The persona in the car, right? So that's a gamer, or you have another guy who's, as I said, he's a businessman, right? He's a businessman, or he's a lawyer. It's something more, someone more formal, right? So, and then maybe the car you make it look like, oh, it's more like a Lincoln, right? Or a Cadillac, like something more like logical, functional, more like subtle, right? With stylish, right? So, and that persona also like help you to get your mood boards, right? Because if you're designing for a, let's say, for a businessman that he likes luxury, he likes privacy, he doesn't want people to know about his private life, and he's always at the office, or he's always making business in quiet environments. Your inspiration images are not going to be like rugged, outdoor, extreme, because it doesn't make any sense, right? So that's why the persona is gonna give you the idea on how things are gonna be looking, right? So for this man that is a businessman or a lawyer, okay, I will get more like inspiration forms from a fancy piano, right? Or a more pure and sleek forms, right? Or something like peaceful, quiet. Like you get inspiration forms like that. And then those inspirations forms are gonna help you to design the whole car. So that's why I think in a nutshell, yeah, the persona is a great component, because you can tell how your car is gonna look like, right? What kind of car you're gonna design. So yeah, persona definitely is something that, but just help yourself and try to develop the persona, try to get into their psyches, right? Try to put yourself in their shoes. What are the things that they enjoy? What type of aesthetics they like? What type of products they buy? How much money they earn? What is the neighborhood they living in? So, and all of that is going to give you material to work on, right? Because I see the persona here and I see just a guy buying groceries. Like, it doesn't tell me much. I mean, it tells me maybe the way he dresses. I guess he likes to hang out in the city, but I need to see more. Like, okay, he has a specific taste on, he likes all Apple products, right? Or he likes techie stuff, or he likes colorful, playful IKEA furniture or whatever. Like, but that is gonna help you to choose the right inspiration. So therefore, the car makes more sense.
Yeah,
So,
thank you very much.
yep. All right. So, but yeah, cool portfolio. I mean, there's things that I see the patterns. So definitely you need to work on the layout. As I said, it's
Yeah.
just too many sketches, man. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
You need to have like maximum like 8 sketches per page, something like that,
Okay.
because you're supposed to be showing the summary.
Mhm.
I'd rather have you to show 5 pages with each sketches, with 8 sketches each slide,
Mhm.
rather than just have 1 page with 50 sketches, you know?
Okay.
So it's just better like that. Just try to summarize better and just each slide is telling you something, right? Something quick, concrete, to the point. Not like 3 topics in one slide, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I see progress here. This is nice. The interior sketches, I can see there's a exploration forms, and you have like some cool languages, and you are trying to translate those languages on the car. So same, just
So
work on the hierarchy, but in general, I think those sketches are showing progress. I like what I see because I can see that you're thinking. You are thinking about the forms, and this is what I mean. It's not about the end product. It's about the process, how you get there. That's what it matters, right?
Yeah.
So the end product is just one box check, but it's not what being a car designer means, right?
Yes.
So yeah. Cool. Same. I mean, I see the patterns. Just try to organize your layers, okay? Your slides. Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. Too many sketches, same size. I don't know what I'm looking at. And I assume this guy at the corner, because he has a little bit more value, I assume that's the end of the story in this slide. I assume. But yeah. Okay. Cool. You got some 3D models. Nice.
I have a package as well. I think you skipped it like quickly.
Oh, okay. My bad. Where is it?
Can you reload the page? It's there.
Oh, you updated just now? No, that's it.
I did it before the class.
Okay. Hey, that's cheating, man. Come on. Yeah, just kidding. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Deepak was like, oh shit, he asked for package. Let me just do it quick. 10 seconds before. Nah, don't lie to me. You were doing this while I was telling someone else to do the package, right?
No.
I was like, man, I had it, man.
From last year. This project
Okay.
is from last year.
Okay. Come on, man. Don't lie to us. Nah, just kidding. Kidding. All right, man. No, yeah. As I said, package is important, but also make sure the package is correct. And what I mean with this is just look at the scale of this thing, right? Just like the massive wheels. Look at this ground clearance. I don't think it has to have like a Jeep type of suspension.
So
right?
this project was a hypercar for Bertone, but a crossover with an SUV.
Yeah. Okay.
So the proportions were insane. Like I haven't done these proportions.
Yeah. So I mean, the model doesn't look that bad. It's just the package, it threw me off a little bit, but just double check. The package. It makes sense with the size, right?
Yeah.
How tall, how wide, how long. Just make sure it's sort of like a Dakar car, right? You said?
No, it's
Kind of?
not exactly a Dakar car, but
It looks like
the
it, but
persona was for basketball players because Bertone is like a coach builder. So
okay.
they tell
Cool.
cars to their clients.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, just double check the package. Try to put another silhouette of the type of. You need to have a reference of what kind of car you want to do, right? So just have a reference of what kind of car you want to do. Okay. All right. Now, cool stuff. So just keep going. I'm gonna move. This is nice modeling. Pretty nice. So you can reduce the amount of process of modeling. It's good to have it, but you can just reduce it to a couple images. You don't have to show the whole process. Because if you show these, they know you can model, and that's it.
Okay.
Right? They don't have to see the whole thing. I know it's cool to show, but sometimes they don't have to see it, right? Yeah. No, this is cool. Cool modeling, man.
Thank you.
Cool design. Yeah, it's nice. Nice design. I like it. It's just the way you present your sketches, man, and that can just kill what you know. You know, it's like that's just gonna hurt you.
Mhm.
Make sure this is for everybody, but make sure when you show your sketches and when you show your work, just try to show the best. If you're
Yeah.
not sure about something and you're hesitating about the quality of something, just don't show it, because they're gonna judge you by your worst sketch. That's how it works, right? Somebody told me at the beginning, back in the days, and it's very true. They're gonna judge you by your worst sketch, right? So just put the best of the best, okay? And don't oversaturate your pages with 50 sketches, 20 sketches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's more than 20, I think.
Yes, more than 20. It's just too
Yeah.
much. It's too much. And then these poor guys, the 3 views, which should be like highlighting, they're just like squeezing in there. Like, oh shit, there's no room. Okay, just put yourself here at the corner. You know, almost like that they have no space, right? So
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks for sharing, man.
Thank you.
So
Oh,
now, what's
I
up?
wanted to ask, like, are you gonna upload the recording of this call?
No, that thing, I'm just gonna keep it to myself. Just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. You guys can just revisit. Is that
Okay,
okay?
okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys can revisit this thing. And if I miss a portfolio today, we can do some other class with design review still, with the portfolio review, right? Maybe we can repeat the session like sometimes, you know, periodically, like once a month or something like that, right? Okay, who's this? Akshit. It's another guy who's not in the class. We just want to show off portfolio. Ashkit. No. Ashkit 1. Ashkit 2. Ashkit 3. Okay. Gonna go to the next one. Because I don't see him there in the chat anyways. Okay. So next, I got this guy. This is, what's his name? Diganta. Diganta? Is that all right? Did I say that right? Oh, not here either. Come on, guys. You're just teasing people here.
Actually, it's too late in India right now. So
Oh, what time is it on India?
I think it's close to 12 o'clock in the night.
12?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost 12.
Interesting. Yeah.
11:50.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, I've been thinking about that because I know there's some people that want to take the class, but they're like either sleeping now because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So, but I'm probably gonna try to do another session some other day, and yeah, I'm just gonna see how can we work this out. But for the ones who stayed late, thank you for joining. Thank you for staying.
Thanks to you. You are giving your weekend to us even after, like, I know how hectic the industry can be.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of it. I mean, as I said, at some point I was in your shoes. I didn't have anyone to kind of like give me advice or help me with portfolio, and I have to just kind of like dig it up. And I was like, okay, why not?
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so Arturo.
Yep, that's me.
There you go. All right.
I think
so
it's better
Arturo,
if you go yeah, I think that's better.
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
a little
so
bit of me. I just
okay.
graduated from a master's degree here in Italy. I'm
Yeah.
currently looking for a internship, like a voluntary internship or a job position, of course.
Yeah.
Background, I did a bachelor's in industrial design because there's nothing
Yep.
in Mexico, so I had to
Yep.
take the master's in Italy, and I just finished.
Yep.
And this
Yeah.
portfolio, to be honest, like I did it like in 10 days. Like my real intention is to go for exterior design, but
Yep.
I am still working on that. So the projects I have here
Okay.
are mostly interior design.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Oh, you study at the Tech Monterrey, Tecnológico de Monterrey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
You
Yes.
know that I'm from Monterrey too, right?
I didn't know. You are?
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
from Monterrey. Yep. So
Nice. Cool.
so guys, Monterrey is my hometown city, and it's on Mexico, obviously, and the state is Nuevo León. That's the state. So, and yeah, I study industrial design too there in Monterrey, but
Nice. Cool.
in La Uni, UANL for so
Nice. I studied in Puebla, like Tec de Monterrey, but in Puebla,
oh, in
which
Puebla.
is my
I
hometown.
see, I see. Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, first cool presentation. I think is clean, right? You got your portfolio, you got transportation designer, transportation design, right? You can put
Mm.
exterior transportation
That's fine.
designer, right? So
Yeah.
you can tell what you're aiming, right? You should label yourself as a transportation designer, exterior. So
Yeah. True.
right off the bat, so they can tell. So you got.
Good.
Have you done any internship?
No,
Not yet.
not yet. Like
Yeah.
not yes, but not in car design. Like I have done some
Yeah.
school
Okay, that's
challenges,
good.
like with Ford,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not proper
Yeah.
car design. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I like? That you still have your experience and achievements, and you're still like highlighting the things that you've done, right? Because sometimes
Yeah.
I review some portfolios that they said, oh yeah, I haven't done any internship in the automotive industry, so that's why almost the resumes, they almost look like empty, and that's like, you
Mm.
need to highlight what you've done, right? And I end up finding out that they have like collaborations with Lamborghini, and they have a Ducati sponsor project, like they have things like that, right? And that's like, why didn't you say that in your resume?
Yeah, it's
Even
important.
even if you don't have an internship on the automotive industry, you need to show uh, any achievement, as you state in there, any achievement with any company, any type of activity, right? Master thesis project, as you said there, it can be like a contest. You said here, HMI for Design Challenge. So those are pretty good. So I'll give you points for that, because it means like you're pursuing it, right? And you are enhancing
Yeah.
everything you've done related with the automotive industry. And that's what should be all you doing. That's what you should all be doing, right? So
Cool, thank you.
you should all be doing. Okay. So then I like the simplicity, the content. Okay, you have 3 projects. Those are teasers, right? You're not showing off the whole project yet. So that's good.
Mm.
So, and I can tell you have only 3 projects, right?
Yeah, so far, yes. Complete
Okay.
yes.
Okay, because I see here like Ferrari and Rolls
It's
Royce,
not
probably
easy.
those are the upcoming, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, I get that part, it's like it means that you're doing the things right with the graphics. So just walk us through a little bit about this project, just quick. Then we'll
Very
see.
quick. So this was like the Polestar and Hot Wheels contest from last year, which the
Yep.
main thing was like to go crazy and just to go like for a toy car.
Yep.
So like my passion has always root on car racing. In this
Yep.
case, I focus on a Le Mans, let's say, vehicle.
Yep.
But I also want to have this like playful or like a very like toyish feeling. So I also
Yep.
try to incorporate these translucent materials, very orangey, very just like a toy, you know, just like
Yeah.
what Hot Wheels, but still
Cool.
having some of the robo thingy feeling of Polestar, like a like a robotic.
Yeah.
So I want to keep those two like elements and just
Hmm.
have them, you know. So the thing
Yeah.
is that this car has like a huge transparent acrylic box on the rear, so like
Hmm.
the kid can actually like hold the car and just play with it like without ruining the body, you know. So
Yeah.
that's the main idea,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
that's pretty much it, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, I think the way you handle the colors and the, at least from these pages, you handle the whole composition, I think is nice. I think it's cool. I would say
Yeah.
just on your sketches, we usually read the sketches left to right. So
Mhm.
I think it's better if you have that kind of layout, because this sketch at the middle, just straight in the middle, half of the page, it makes your page look
Mhm.
static, right? And
Okay.
I've seen
Okay.
so many portfolios, man. And I think that composition, left to right, is very important. It's like reading a book.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Left to right.
I know we want to be creative with the type of the how you show it, but I think
Hmm.
having some sort of like order, left to right, and have a hierarchy, and have sketches that, okay, they're progressing, I think it's just part of human nature. Like that's how we read things, right? So,
Okay. Yeah.
and here, for example, I see that I get that this is the big sketch, the one in the middle, but then these
Hmm.
two guys at the bottom, it looks just like almost the same size, almost, right? I know they're not, but almost the same size. And then you have very,
Yeah.
very tiny, tiny side views here, right? And then you have another side view here out of the blue at the corner, right? It's almost like
Okay.
the message, it doesn't have a clear path, right? The message
Yeah.
is
Okay.
almost like my eyes went to the middle, and then it went to the bottom left, and then it went to the bottom right, the top right, and then
Hmm.
I went to the top left, and then I went to the bottom right, right? So
Yeah.
my
Like the
eyes
story.
went like a star, like it went all over the place, right? So, and I think you should
Yeah.
read it just clearly, left to right,
Okay.
clearly, right? So, and here
Great.
it's a little bit clearer. It looks like a poster. It's fine. It looks good. But the first thing I saw was, let me put it here. I saw this guy first, and then I went to
Hmm.
this guy, and then I went to here, right? And this is sort of like how you read it, right? If I go here, obviously I went to, let me erase this. Obviously here I went to here and then to this guy, right? And here you kind
Yeah.
of give me the path how to read it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So also little things like like the typography, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that helps to have like a tilted typography like that, right? I'm not sure
Okay.
because I'm not sure if it's too consistent, because you need to be consistent with the way you show things, right? And if
Yeah.
you're gonna have a typography like that, I mean, here is fine because it's like bold. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like, as I said, it's almost like a poster. It's fine.
Hmm.
I think I don't mind, but the little ones, I'm not sure if that helps, right? It's almost like distracting. You don't want people
Okay.
to get
Okay. Yeah.
also distracted. Because think about this way: when a designer is looking at your portfolio, they just have a very short attention span as any human being, right? That's why you go to social media and you saw something that is taking too long and you just scroll. Because we have like a short attention span in general, right? We want to look things like well summarized, concrete, and straight to the point, right? Even in a
Yeah.
conversation, you're talking with somebody and you know that, for example, that guy wants to ask you a question, and then he goes very vague and tells you a story and then goes in a loop and he never tells you the question. And I was like, dude, where's your question? So it's the same thing. It's like if you go very vague, doing this, doing that, and then you put distracting things here, distracting things there. It's like you can lose them there, right? That's why you need to be just
Okay.
straight to the point. When they see your slides, they can say, okay, this is it. Okay, let me see this one. Oh yeah, I know what he means. That's the type
Yeah.
of that's sort of like your job to summarize that. For example,
All right.
this one right off the bat, it gives me the feeling right away. I can say, oh, it's a Le Mans, translucent, and it's a Polestar Hot Wheels. Done. Like it was kind of like nice
Yeah.
to see this, right? When I see this, Hot Wheels, Le Mans, sure, got it right away. The projects, oh yeah, 3 projects. Those are 3. I didn't even ask you, and I assume that these are upcoming projects, right? It means you
Yeah.
did well there, right? So, but here a little bit confusing. Like, okay, which one is first? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
And then here, good, but still remember, same size. They're the same size.
Okay.
Here, still same size, if you think about it, right? This guy can be way bigger, this one at the bottom, right?
Okay.
So just take care of that. But I think you're pretty good at organizing the images when it comes to the brief, right? Because it looks pretty clear and it looks kind of like unique the way you do it, right?
Nice. Thank
So yeah, look, this is amazing. Like the way you lay that up is like, sure, playful, elementary, sincere. You show some details. I see some sort of like consistencies, right, in the way you show this thing. You show here, right? Concept that it's cool. It's cool. I think this sketch where the concept is can be a little bit more rich, right?
Okay.
Or
More detailed. you mean?
yeah, detail or more like straight to the point, because I'm not
Mhm.
exactly sure what is that, right? I'm just looking at sketch,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure exactly what you mean with that. So
Okay.
the other thing you can do is just show like a doodle, right?
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
like a no, like
Like
a
a watch strap.
sketch, but like a like a
Okay.
doodle, like a quick, but just to show what you
Okay.
mean, because I still don't know what you mean with this. Apple Watch use detachable and customized.
Like a watch strap. Yeah.
Okay, so and that's your job. Make this thing super clear that people know what you mean with this sketch.
Cool. Okay.
So
Thank you.
Apple Watch with detachable customizable elements. Okay, if you're gonna show that it's detachable, why don't you just do a breakup material and you just paint this thing on black and the other thing can be just white, or this thing can be orange and the other thing can be just white, plain. But that's what I mean. Like you
Yeah.
need to somehow show it right away, right?
Okay.
Sketches, I think your inspiration forms can be a little bit smaller here. And this one, you should
Okay.
show off this. Because if you think about it,
Okay.
mostly I'm looking at this, and then I'm looking at this
Yeah.
guy, and probably I'm looking a little bit of these guys, but it's not the focal point. And I should be able to see your process because that's what you're selling, right? You are not selling the
Yeah.
inspiration form. So,
Okay.
but I mean, graphic wise, I mean, it's nice, and I think it's a creative way to show something because you have all this band, and this band has a purpose, sort of like the Apple Watch. And if your concept revolves around that, I think it's pretty good. But you see, there's so many images that they're just like, they're not telling me where to look at, right?
Okay.
There's too much
Yeah.
contrast everywhere. For mood boards, you see how simple is this? I read 1, 2, 3 images, 1, 2, 3 words. That's it. But here, okay, I read this one, the Apple Watch thing, and then I go to inspiration, and I go to this Apple Watch, and then I go to a bunch of sketches that are not telling me story really, right? And then here,
Yeah.
distractions everywhere, right? I don't know if I'm
Okay.
gonna look at. Let me just. I'm not sure if I need to look at this first, and then here first, and then here later, or this, or this, or this, or this. But it's like everywhere,
Okay.
right? There's not like, okay,
Yeah.
how am I gonna read this? You need to put as I said, you need to put a track, a path, right? I track.
Mm.
So we're just gonna see the process, right? Left to right, right? And make sure the
Okay.
progression is in value, in content, in development, in size, right? So
Perfect.
does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think, yeah, I mean, I can see the patterns, and as I said, I mentioned it before. I'm not gonna go too detailed into biscoms and sketches and styles and all that because we're never gonna finish, right? So, but I think
Yeah.
right now what I'm telling you is just the things that you need to change right away so your portfolio can look even better. Because man, sometimes when you have the wrong layout, you can just like downgrade your work for like a half, you know. And if you
Yeah.
have the if you change your layout, it's like, man, it gives you 50 extra points without touching any single sketch, just by
Nice.
organizing your stuff better. So, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay. So, but yeah, I see definitely a lot of work, right? In your modeling, in your modeling schools, modeling skills are very good. So, and as I said, I think you're good at graphics and how you laid out things, right? But the thing is, like, you should be good at how you show your sketches too, like how you sell your sketches, right? It's almost like the sketches are hiding and the modeling is just like big, you know? It's like two images, like straight to the point. And sketches, a lot of sketches all over the place, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I can tell like it's a nice interior. Like this thematic wise, I think is successful. I mean, there's things that you can improve, obviously, but I think
Mm.
you are very honest since since the beginning, from your inspiration, having the Apple Watch and having the detachable elements. You kind of like went all the way through very honest design. So that's good.
Mm. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, man, I'm telling you, like graphics, very good because it's just like right away. It looks cool right away. I would say in general, what I see in your portfolio is like just try to improve your sketches. Try to
All right.
sell your
Yeah.
try to sell your sketches more, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because man, yeah, all of this is great mood boards. It's like, man, I get it. It's like it's nice. It's like I get what you're trying to say. I already know it's sort of like luxurious without reading
Yeah.
any single word. I know it's luxurious.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
good point because it's like that's what I mean. Even with the typography, it's all like a magazine type of thing. So
Yeah.
and then the simplicity, and then you have Liberate or First VIP. Man,
Mm.
I'm just reading this right now, but I was kind of like
Yeah.
sold in the whole idea of okay, it's a luxurious vehicle. I can tell right away. So and that's a good thing. So
Nice.
so that's what I mean. Like I think graphic wise, the way you creatively arrange your information is nice. Just I think the design process and sketches need to be more organized, and you
Okay.
need to put a little bit more content in your sketches, right?
Okay.
Like you have
Yeah.
outstanding images like this, and then you have a sketch that you can barely do like
Yeah.
a square with the little bit of dents in there.
Yeah.
It's almost like in my head, I'm like, what? It's like if you compare
Yeah.
those two, right? It's almost like what?
Uh-huh.
It's almost like your sketches need to be in that level too, man. So, for example,
Okay.
this guy,
Yeah.
it looks good too. It's like okay, you kind of like put some thought in it, values the sketch here at the corner where you put the chosen direction. So you put a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of thought on that, right? But this one is just like,
Yeah.
man, that's what I'm telling you. It's like they're gonna judge you for
Yeah.
this right away. They're gonna
Yeah.
judge you
Yeah.
for this,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and even worse, maybe they got into this page and they closed the portfolio. That's it,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. True.
that's what I mean. It's like just really consider like just to put the best, right? Because as I
Yep.
said, you have
Yeah.
man, this stuff is not bad. It's cool. And then if they have this, okay, they're gonna start looking at the projects, right? But I don't even think like they're gonna get to this project if they see this one first, right?
Yeah, true.
So that's what I mean. It's like I know you have the skills, so just sort of put more thought. Otherwise, don't show it.
Okay.
If you're gonna show it like that, just don't show it. It's better. You don't show it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure about that because you need to have process here, but you know what I mean. Like you need to probably
Yeah, I got you.
get the
Yeah.
sketches in a little bit better situation, right? So, but yeah, man, it's good. You see, like the way you organize things here, straight to the point. Straight to the point. Here, great. Even like great graphics, like how you lay things out and all that. Great, right? I don't know what that
Yeah,
is,
thank you.
right? It's kind of like a major seating. I think this is the artist, right? Or the
Yeah,
main guy
exactly.
is where she sits, and you have all the
Yes.
managements. Yeah, management, chauffeur. Yeah, it's for the artist, right? And you have the
Yeah,
whole
like a red
management
carpet.
team. Yeah. Okay. No, and that's good. I mean, it's a nice. I mean, if you have a great execution with a realistic package, hey man, it might sales. It might get some sales for artists. You know, they want a car where
I
they
hope so.
are the main actors, right? But you need to make it look
Yeah,
realistic too, right? Because this is futuristic in a sense that I'm not sure if it's like we're gonna be able to make it, right? It might look
Yeah.
good for a movie, but I don't know if in reality we're gonna be able to make it. And the only way you're gonna achieve that is okay, you need to do a little bit more research on how the glass is gonna be molded or proportions. Make sure you don't put
Yeah.
tractor wheels, you put like normal wheels. Because it all gives you that realism. So cool, man. Yeah. So far this is my favorite, and because the way you lay that out, and I think it's very clear, and you end up strong in here. So it's good.
Thank you very much.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for
man.
the input.
Yeah. Being
Yes.
completely honest, man. I know. You know what I'm gonna say, but man, I go back to this as like, what's going on?
Yes.
Just doesn't make
It's
sense.
fucking
And
shit.
that's like, man, what the hell?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be judged by your worst sketch, and you put these
Yeah.
sketches in the middle of your portfolio. Believe me, they're not gonna make it to the end. By this time, it's gonna be
Yeah.
closed. Your portfolio. Next.
Okay.
So think about that.
Yeah.
Cool,
All
man.
right. Thank you very much, Omar.
Thanks for sharing. All right, so let's go one more. Man, these sessions took a long time. Thanks for sticking out. So I might wrap it up soon because I'm getting tired now. So, but definitely I can check out the other portfolios some other time. So who's this? Akshat? Is Akshat in the chat? In the Zoom? No, I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, it's too late in India right now. I know. Okay, so I'm gonna get. Who's this? Let me see.
That's me.
Henrik. All
Yeah.
right, man. You made it. So, okay, tell us a little bit about you. And your goals. Have you done internships? What is the purpose of this portfolio?
Yeah, okay, so I graduated from the World College of Arts in Intelligent Mobility last year, and I've done a few different internships, both in furniture, boats, done one that was more like 3D printing, and then at RCA or while finishing RCA, I did an transportation internship at MG.
Yeah.
In that Advanced OEM studio in London.
Okay, so Royal College of Art, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. When did you graduate?
That was middle of September last year. And I'm just looking for interior or exterior roles.
Position. Yeah.
Yeah.
What studios have you applied?
Oh, there's so many different. I've
Yeah.
also applied to non-automotive things,
Okay.
just in
So
conversation with people. Yeah.
you're open
The market
to.
is just so tough. Whenever I get to speak with someone, then they're telling me that they're doing the opposite of hiring at the moment, just trying to get rid of people.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know it's a tricky situation. And that's why I think more than ever is key that you guys have a very well done portfolio, very concise, straight to the point, right?
Yeah.
So because definitely what I can tell, definitely the studios need people, right? Like that's what I see from inside of the industry. If I want to be like pessimistic, I would say, oh yeah, man, they're trying to get rid of people. Yes and no, right? Because what the studio wants also, they need people, but not because they need people, they're gonna let everyone in, right? No, it's like they need
Yeah.
people to solve specific problems, right? To solve design problems, right? They need fresher designs. They need the industry always gonna need people, right? The thing is, uh, yeah, the market it might be too short. It might be shrinking, but I bet if you have a great portfolio and it's in a great shape and you have like a great skills and experiences, you're gonna have an opportunity, right? That's for sure. And because this is what I see on daily basis, right? Like I don't want to be super positive, but I want to be pessimist either. I want to be like in reality, right? And when I see LinkedIn, for example, I see positions, right? I see job openings all the time, but it's
Mhm.
because they're looking for something specific, right? So, and yeah, there's gonna be a challenge, right, on getting a job position sometimes, but I think that's why, yeah, you should work on your portfolio, have something really, really cool, and probably somebody's gonna need your skills, right? So cool. All right. So experience, 2 months internship, like Beetle Auto. What is that? Beetle Auto.
Vital also, yes, I've been working as a designer for 1.5 year and also have things released
Oh,
to the
nice,
public.
nice,
That was
nice.
before going to
Yeah,
the RCT. So I have like real work experience too.
yeah, nice, nice. No, I can see you've been doing a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and now trying to get the industry stuff that I've done that are not confidential anymore now migrated into
Nice,
my portfolio.
nice, 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 nice. Cool,
Because as
man.
you know, it's just a world of secrets.
Yeah. I know. Man, you know what helps you out? I don't know how. I mean, I'm judging here out of like um blindfolded because I don't really know what you guys going on personally. But I think one thing that helps you a lot is just have your footprint in social media, have your work and all that. Man, you will be impressed the
Mm.
amount of people that you get in touch with by having your work in social media. And if you're like people are liking your work and all that, like the amount of connections that you got. And I
Yeah.
think, as I said, I'm saying this from a perspective that I don't know you might have an Instagram all like well laid out and you post constantly, but I'm speaking for everybody. I think it's good if you guys have your social media on point, like the footprint, right? Just like personal projects, doodles, sketches. I think that's pretty good, man, because you get in contact with many people from many industries. So just as a little advice for everyone. I mean, as I said, you might have done it already. So okay. Mm, yeah. No, I think that the portfolio looks. I mean, the presentation looks good. I mean, it's you have a teaser here. Probably this guy. Probably the graphics here.
Yeah, I was looking at it now. I think it looks a bit messy. It
Yeah.
needs to be cleaned
Probably
up.
one thing is I would desaturate a little bit, right? And maybe I'll show just the half of the car, probably, right? Or something like you can play around with the composition, right? Where you show a little bit less of the car, maybe, and
be a bit more abstract with it. Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit more abstract. And you see this the automotive design portfolio, Henrik 2025. It looks too much on the edge, right?
Yeah.
It almost looked like it's just gonna hit the wall instead of being probably around here, right? Because you need to be able to have some breathing room in here, right? Like a frame,
Yeah.
right? So that's it. I would say, as I said, right off the bat, just try to sell yourself as a automotive exterior designer, right? Whenever you do your portfolio, just say that you are the thing that you're aiming, right? If you want to aim for interior designer, automotive interior designer, but just like describe yourself there, right off the bat, right away, right? So
yes, it's all
let me
just
see.
very clear, simple.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I mean, yeah, table of contents, that's good, right? Because you have different type of projects and it's just clear, just right there, right? Maybe you can play with the color of the the typography. Maybe not colorful, but maybe you put a little bit of grayish, right? A little bit more grays. Play with the grays. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not all black, right? Maybe when you see contents, maybe it's a little bit more light gray, something like that. So it doesn't look like too like static, like
Yeah, so
this is
maybe
good.
just to lower the opacity, just a few percentages.
Yeah.
That is not a black, but maybe a dark gray
Exactly. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
still keep the high contrast to the background.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So this is pretty good. I love this one. Why? Because man, you're teasing people already, right? And it's just straight to the point, right? Although I don't know what this means. What is this? UBRA?
Liberate.
Oh, Libre. Okay. Yeah. Just watch out for that because I read it as a live. LIV instead of no, wait. Yeah, it's LIV, right? No, I read it as a
LIB and then R8, liberate.
Yeah.
But maybe I should then put like how it's pronounced, how liberate is pronounced, like with brackets and then graphically, and then have the like the Google definition of liberation.
Interesting. Okay, no, it's good. Yeah, because
I think I'm gonna play with that because it's just a bit of a graphical branding for the name of the vehicle and the project.
Yeah. No. That, and I think that's cool. I'm just thinking about a way you can say that, kind of like help the audience a little bit to get that message because it took me a while to get it. So maybe.
Yeah, and you're not the first one that couldn't read it at first, so there must be other ones.
Yeah. So maybe you can put in the description, right?
Yeah.
Liberate, and then you put then parentheses. Like that, liberate, and then you put the description, blah 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 blah. And maybe when they see this and they read this right away, they're just gonna see the word liberate, and it's like, oh, liberate, okay. Like, but you need to help them somehow. You need to help the audience to get the message.
Maybe I should just put the word liberate into this small little description because then when they hear that, then they would connect the dots. Yeah.
No, yeah. I think just find a way to help them out to read this, right? Because as I said, all of this is great content, but this is the thing when a stranger is looking at your portfolio, a person that doesn't know you at all, doesn't know your project, and you're not going to be there explaining the project, but they're going to see it's just this, and they're going to have the same confusion. So, and it's a cool concept. I think if you highlight it, it's really nice. So, okay.
Yeah, point.
All right. Can you just walk me through quickly for this project?
Yeah, so
What
it's
is this about?
It's a small vehicle for the elderly to help them stay independent for longer so that they will not become isolated at home.
Nice.
Yeah, so I worked a lot with research a lot into what are the challenging with aging, what are the
This is good.
challenges, problems with modern transportation, how are they not designed for people that have challenge who are challenged walking.
Yeah. Cool.
And cognitively challenged as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the way you explain things is pretty good. I think these little accents on the people. Did you do these doodles or you just like found them
So
somewhere?
the doodles there are I got a lot of images done from Midjourney, and then I took those images
Oh,
and
nice.
chopped them up
Nice.
and then put them together in Photoshop
Yeah.
to get the right feeling of.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. It's a good way to
Yeah, I feel AI is quite good when it comes to
exactly,
telling stories.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about like, man, I should do this too. I should do
Yeah.
this like little like
Yeah.
people, because always like people is a hustle, right? To draw. It's always we always have a
Yeah.
hard time drawing people, right? And I was like, man, it's like, yeah, you just grab images from Midjourney or any other app, and you just create your own characters and kind of use that for your research. Because you're not an entertainment designer, so it's not your main job, but you still need people to describe something. So
Yeah, exactly.
but that's good. That's good. So, and yeah, these are very clear, right? The type of problems you want to solve. And with these little accents, even the colors, right? The colors is like you have complementary colors, which is blue and yellow. So different tonalities, but I think that's why it pops very well. So it's good. So this one is good. When it comes to this one, I think I would say the same. Like it's nice to put a couple of explorations, but you want a little bit more of the summary, right? Not too many side views in one page. Right? You can put a couple for sure, right? You can put a couple. But I will say this though. You have still a nice balance, right? Because still I went to my eyes went to reading these guys first, and then I went to these guys, and then I went to these guys, right? So it's like still you have a balance. So I would be a little bit hesitating on putting 12 side views, right? Maybe you can put the best 3, right? Or the best 4, the best 5, maybe. But like putting, oh no, it's 9. Sorry, my math is not mathing. But putting so many side views, I'm not quite sure. Right? But as I said, it doesn't look bad because still you have a balance in your pages, right? You have inspiration forms, very little here, so I think it's quite good. Oops.
Yeah,
Let me go
nice.
to the next one. Okay. Yes. No, this is cool. I'm still a little bit hesitant about because this part of the slide looks great, right?
Yeah.
But I see a disconnection between this one. It's almost like you put the more developed sketches with value smaller than the rough sketch, which I'm not gonna blame you because the rough sketch bigger, it kind of looks cool. but it almost feels like these three guys should be in another slide. And you should have one slide that contains this half of the page and also this guy. I think this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool because it's telling a story right away, and it's nice. It's friendly. It's easy access. It's compact. It tells you what this project is about. But I'm not sure about these three guys. It looks like these three guys don't belong to this page.
Yeah, so the read of this page is confusing.
Yeah. So yeah, just try to make the read pretty well. So cool. Yeah, this is nice. Hey, you make little models there. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I did like 5
Yeah.
scaled
Yeah.
prototypes of it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, nice renders, man. This is cool. I mean, it's nice. You use any type of AI, Viscom or something to make the renders?
Not for these, no.
No?
That's
Okay.
just been on my iPad. Well, the one on the left is a screenshot from Gravity Sketch.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is just purely 3D.
Yeah. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah. No, but it's good. I like it. And I like the accent. You're very consistent with the accents, the yellow. And I think that's nice. That's nice that you almost like the whole project just made it to look more graphic, right? I would say the only things that you need to improve here is probably your design development. For example, you see here how this surface goes like this, and then you have a line goes like this, right? So where probably tuning lines is what you need, right? Or you have things like this, and then you have a break like that, and then like this. Is something like, okay, we need to solve better there, right? Maybe you need to simplify because the theme is already pretty clear. If I were you, I would just like simplify like that, right? Simplify like that. You probably have the section line like this. You do this, right? I would simplify it just like that instead of having like so many breaks everywhere, right? Like this part, it just gets too complicated for no reason. I don't think there's a reason to be that complicated. You can just make a clean shape in here that goes all the way to here, and maybe you just create a step, right? And that's it. Then you go like that.
Yeah, keep it
like
easy and simple.
Yeah, because it's already iconic, this thing, and if you just start adding like details out of the blue, it's like it just get messy. You should keep this design as clean as possible, right? And yeah, just that. For example, if you have a surface like that, it should go like this, and then the cut should go consistent, right?
Yeah.
Consistent.
Yeah, so the cut line follows the surface more.
Yeah. Just try to put more thought in the how things are gonna look, right? So, but yeah, overall, yeah, it's good. Maybe here you can add a handle, right? How the door is gonna open, right? Something like that. Even here, you can just add this and put a like step word in here, right? So they know it's a step. So just simplify this, right? Simplify it. If I don't know how realistic you want this thing to look. If it's advanced, I guess it's kind of okay, but I think it's better. And this is going to give you more points as a designer. If you think about a way how to make a bumper here without losing the essence. Because at the end of the day, you need to have a bumper, right? If you think about it, right? But you need to find ways to do it. And as I said, I understand. I've done these projects before where where you don't have bumpers and everything is just exposed, but it's like sometimes they want you to have just a little bit of sense of realism to say, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this guy cannot get it. He get it. Because you can do something like that and it looks cool, but when you go inside of the industry, they're not going to let you do that, not because they're boring, but because it just doesn't make sense in reality. And in the industry, it's a business and they're selling cars and they're creating products that are going to be out there in the world. So they need to make sense for sure. As I said, you can keep it advanced for exploration. This is the type of things that you see on the exploration process, but it's not the type of things that you see on the end product, right? So, but if you come up with a cool idea of a bumper, that you still have a bumper, still functional, and you still have this type of like breakup material, maybe this guy can still be hollow, right? And you still keep the essence of the thing, is going to give you more points because it's like, okay, this guy did something fresh, but at the same time, he has a sense of reality. He put bumpers, he put like the door cuts very well. Like he's thinking about a chassis, he's thinking about the type of benchmark, right? If you want to put a Renault Twizy, for example, right, as a benchmark, it's like that's some more points for you because it's like you're based off a real car, and it's a real car, build it, and a real car that has actual components, has chassis, has certain type of wheels, certain type of doors, seats, and all that. So yeah, but I like this project in general. I think it's pretty cool. I would say just take it to the next level, right?
Yeah,
Take these
it's
guys.
some good points. So the reason
Yeah.
why I don't have anything there in the front is it's intended to have the door being in the front, so that between the wheels, the front wheels, there's this
Yeah.
safe space for the occupants to get in and out to avoid stepping out on busy street, etc. Because
Okay.
they would be in a position where they might have a cognitive declined brain,
Yeah.
so very easily being
So even
stressed
better,
out.
if that's the case, why don't you make a pivot here so the bumper came out like that and it's a step, and
Yeah.
then when they get in, they close it up and it's a bumper. So it's a bumper step function.
Yeah.
So, and that, as I said, that gives you more realism because it's like it doesn't make sense to compromise the regulations. Like if somebody crash just for a opening, they're gonna say, "Well, just enter from the sides, done."
Mm.
So, but if you want to keep those ideas, that's the beautiful thing about just keep your ideas alive and fresh, because you can come up with very unorthodox solutions,
Mhm.
right? You can come up with interesting solutions, which I don't think is a bad idea. If you have a bumper here, somehow very well designed, it doesn't lose the essence, and that bumper has a double function of being a step, and then the people get in, and then it falls back again, falls back on. Well, yeah, that's gonna put your designs on the next step, because just think about it. How many times have you seen a design with this type of geometry where you have exposed wheels, you have no bumper, right? But if you do something beyond, that's gonna put you in a different spot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool. Yeah, man, dude. Nice illustrations. Cool. Nice work. Your sketches are good, so I like
Cheers.
them. Especially like these, very expressive. The big one, the blue one, on the right side, pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So
Yeah,
I can get the
I'm working
idea that
on the 3D for the interior at the moment. That's still in progress.
yeah. No, I like it. It's good. This is the latest project you have?
No, the next one I think is the latest. Yeah, this one, the MG.
Latest.
That was my internship project.
Nice. Yeah, you have a certain style with the way you lay out the graphics and the accents and all that. So pretty good. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this before. You sent it before, right?
Yeah, these ones here.
Yeah. That's good. I would suggest the package design because that's something that everyone is going to notice, man. I noticed that right away. Every designer is going to notice. And I'm here just giving feedback. The people who are hiring, they're just going to close the portfolio. They're going to say, whatever, let's have package. And I know it can be kind of tough, but it's how it goes. Because just think about it, they have so many portfolios. So package design, I would say right away, organize your sketches. You have nice sketches there, good forms, good development, but it almost look like you can make 2 slides out of this slide. Just make sure each slide is just straight to the point. What do you want to say? Straight to the point. It doesn't look like too confusing because here I'm reading your process, I'm reading your form inspirations, I'm reading your type of driving modes, and I'm reading a little bit of the progress of inspiration. I'm reading 3 to 5 things in one page.
So maybe it's a little too busy.
Yeah, it's just too much information to digest. And the first question that they're gonna ask is like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
That's like almost like a famous, it's almost like that infamous or famous phrase. Every time we see something in general, in our center, in portfolios, with designers, talking with friends, is always like, what am I looking at? When you're looking at so much stuff, it's like, okay, what am I looking at? What is this? So just try to make sure it's just your information is just like on point. What are you trying to say? So yeah, I mean, and I understand, like you have good sketches and you might want to put them all of them in one slide, and it's like, hey man, I wanna show all of them because it's kind of cool, but you need to be strategic when you're gonna show. For example, this one at the top left, it looks cool, and I understand why you're putting that as a sort of like a key sketch. But then the next to it, the brown one is like, why out of the blue there's a brown sketch? It's probably a yellow, a desaturated yellow maybe, but why is that guy doing there? Like, what's the purpose? I just see an overlay there, but doesn't tell me like what's going on, right? And then you have the big sketch, which is the one I see. But then you have another sketch at the top, which is telling me the function. So I feel sometimes that it's just too much going on in the page, right? So where you can make another slide when you show the functions. So yeah. And then I got the rear view here. And then in the next slide, I got the front view, where that rear view should be on this slide. Then you have front 3/4, rear 3/4, side view in one page.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like the standard. You have front 3/4, rear 3/4, side view in one page. The rest is exploration sketches. But I can see the disconnection here because is this the final render or this is the final render? I don't know.
Just the one on the next page.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like
they have different design.
Yeah, but it's like this doesn't have the rear 3/4.
So this the vehicle can drive both ways. So when you're taking it onto the road and on the countryside, urban areas, then you have one driving position and one part of the vehicle is the front, and then you take it to the track, and then you get your seat transition. So you're laying down, and then what was the rear before becomes the front
Yeah.
to change the driving
Okay.
experience
Yeah.
completely. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need a more iconic way to show that. Something like
But isn't
you,
that communicated up in the top on this page here? So there's
yeah,
multi-directional drivetrain and then the two driving modes.
yeah.
But maybe it's because there's so much other stuff as well.
Yeah,
That
that's the thing. It's like when things get that confused. Because, okay, if I were you and you want to show those two modes, you need to somehow show it in a sense that it looks like almost like a symmetry, right? I was thinking when I was looking at this page, I was like, if you want to show these two directions, it's almost like you crop two faces and one face is looking right and the other left. And you just like show that. Like somehow you show that symmetrical design where you can just drive any direction, right? Or something. But I think it's missing something how to explain your concept very well.
Yeah.
Because what I got from your graphics is like it's a car that is gonna be like this, like lightweight, technical. It's almost like the guy is gonna feel like he's flying on the car. Like that's what I got. And when I see these two driving modes right away, what I notice is like, oh, okay, road mode, track mode. Okay, so it's gonna be sitting, and the other one is gonna be laying down in the car.
Yeah.
But that's it. I never thought about, oh, it's the same. He just can drive the opposite direction. I was like, what? I never got that. I got that part when you just told me what's going on, and that's when I get it. So, and that's a problem because they should get that with your portfolio.
Do you have any suggestions to fix that? Because I was assuming that the arrows would telling that, okay, this is driving this way. With the arrow, it's going the other way. Maybe just put a few words to it then.
Yeah, you know what? I think omni kind of makes sense because it's omnidirectional, I assume.
Yeah.
So I guess because in your main idea, you are not telling that the car is going both directions, right? You're not telling me here, right?
No, not here.
Yeah,
But
and it should be
that's more about doing a fun vehicle that you'll take to the track every now and then change the experience.
yeah.
And then the change of experience gets introduced on the other next slide then. Or how the change is gonna manifest.
Yeah. I'm thinking about a way you can say that because, as I said, this is just too much of a hiding at the corner and just small, and then I mean the page is busy. It almost looked like you should tell this one in here, and you should change the experience. Something like you can drive both directions, or omnidirectional driving experience, or something like that.
Oh yeah, I can put that on the next page then where I've type driving modes, then I could have omnidirectional driving modes.
Yeah, because you need to tell that somehow, and even with these guys, with the guy floating in here, it almost feels like you should have like symmetry somehow, right? Imagine that maybe you have it's something to think about, definitely you need to think about. But let's say you put a mannequin like this, and then you put another mannequin like that. Sort of like that's what this is not a solution, but that's why my head is at. That you need to show that this guy is going both directions. Or you can go any direction or something like that. And you explain that this driver is going that way and is going that way, right? Or as I said, you can play with the faces. Maybe you have sorry about my figure drawing, but man. You have a face like that, right? And you have another face like that. So one going this way and the other one going that way. Like something, but you need to make sure you are telling that idea where it's almost like opposite realities, right? Like you need to be more loud about that. Because if you think about it, you only told about that in the next page and it's just in the corner. That's it. Here, I don't get that. Maybe you put I'm thinking about, oops. Yeah, I'm thinking about you put maybe this little guy that you have floating in here. This one. Maybe you put in some of your pages, you put the car and you put a little like arrow like that. Like that. And then you put the other, not this same guy in the other direction, like this. Like something, but you need to show that the driver is gonna just flip and just gonna go to the other direction. But you need to be more loud about that. But obviously, something that you need to think about, because as I said, you most likely are not going to be there explaining your portfolio.
Yeah.
So it has to be self-explanatory. And if it's not too obvious, it's not working. It has to be very obvious. It has to be like a kid should understand what's going on with your graphics, like with your ideas. So kind of like that type of simplicity I'm looking for. But it's an interesting.
Be a little bit more clear in which one have which driving direction.
Yeah. But it's an interesting project. I'm not gonna lie. It's good. I like it. Yeah. So yeah, you have good stuff, good sketches. Just try to work on that. Don't put too many side views. I see here like now I see 12, well 11 side views. So I think it's just too much. Just pick the best, right? Here I see a little bit more of the process. I like that. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a strong portfolio. So just package design in all the projects.
Yeah.
Right? This.
Yeah.
That is
so
gonna
on the
kill.
technical page that was before this one, I want to add like
Before
after the final render of the other one.
After
this one, I want to, on the left side here, then have like a package drawing there,
Yeah.
do it like as in a blueprint kind of type of render. Because I think with this project in particular, it would probably be a good idea to showcase that, not only to demonstrate understanding of the engineering, but really to highlight the two different driving positions and the ergonomics behind it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, if I were you, I would put the packages on at the beginning. And maybe you can put the final package at the end, like the final where you have your final design and you have your 3D, maybe you take a screenshot. But I think at the beginning it's nice if they see what you're trying to aim for, right? And you have like what kind of car you base your portfolio, you base your design on. So, but yeah, definitely all of them, package design is going to help you, because this is not really a package design, right? This is just a screenshot of your 3D. But a package design, you need to have a reference of what kind of vehicle are you trying to aim for, right? Is this as I said, is this a Renault Twizy? Is this a I don't know, Kia Soul? Like, I don't know what's the size of this thing. Is this a
Yeah.
golf cart? Like, I don't see measurements, I don't see scale, and you should have that, right? I don't see how wide this thing is. This thing can be 3 meter wide, and I don't know. So that package design is
Yeah,
gonna
good
help
point.
you to
Yeah.
get the measurements.
Just get the measurements added to this
Yeah.
one, and then but yeah.
Yeah, you can even grab a forklift, and just get the measurements and just put it in there. Overlap the silhouettes, right? And say, this is the forklift, as example, right? This is the forklift. Is, I don't know, 1 meter something tall, 1.5 meters long, and this is my silhouette, and this is what I'm thinking. And then and this is the wheelbase. This is how long the wheelbase is, and it's almost like a plan. It's almost like before you sketch, you make a plan of what is the thing that you're gonna build, right? And then once you have a plan, okay, go nuts, catch something cool. You can fly to the stars, right? And once you have an idea, just bring it home, back to Earth, right? So, but at the beginning, you need a plan, right? You need to have a package design, and especially designing cars. Have you done internships in the designing cars?
What do you mean? Like a car design internship?
Yeah, car design internship.
Yeah, I did that at MG, Psych Advanced Design in London.
Okay, and they have a plan, right? They have a what kind of car you're gonna sketch, right? When they work inside of the studio.
Yeah,
They
well,
have
I was not giving any package drawings there for any of the stuff, but I have been doing interior for big lorries where would then be working with engineers with
Yeah.
getting packages from them and then sending them
Yeah.
stuff back and then try them to change the package and
Yeah.
push things there.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But at the end of the day, there's a package, there's something, right? There's
Yeah.
a sort of like a piece of reality, quote unquote, right? Which means it doesn't mean boring, but it means they can make it, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think, yeah, you just need to get that on point, your packages and all the projects. And because that's gonna give you more credibility right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, cool work. Nice.
Thank you very much.
No, you have very nice projects. So
yeah, some good insights tonight.
Yeah.
Also
Just
from all the other reviews.